Hey guys, this is Gamer Guy coming at you. Just gonna come at you today with the auto fire or rapid fire. You can use it on Xbox Live, pretty much any game. Now I don't use it, but a lot of people like to use it, and I get requests for people to make them a controller with the auto fire or rapid fire or turbo or whatever you want to call it. Today we're doing a stealth mode rapid fire chip. I got it off eBay. They're $10 a piece. You buy them in bulk, you can get them cheaper, or you can make them yourself, but that's a whole nother video. So, but yeah, we're gonna go and I'm gonna show you how to do this. It's really easy for me, anyways. But there's a lot of videos on YouTube, and a lot of people make really crappy videos. And they're fuzzy, or they're moving all the time, or they don't explain what's going on. So I figured, hey, what the heck, might as well do it, so I can help some people out there do it themselves. All right, here we go. All right, guys, what we got here, it's called a matrix style board. It's called a matrix board because it has that little resistor, or actually it's like a what do you call it, like a crystal that sends pulse signals to the controller to save the battery and the lights and all that stuff. At least that's the way I understand it. These boards are made from 2005 to around 2007. Alright, and I'm going to show you how to install a chip like this one on one of these boards. I haven't even done one of these ones yet. I usually do the old ones. Alright, these chips here, these come pre-programmed. Where is that? There we go. They're pre-programmed. You get them from eBay. They're called a PIC, a programmable integrated circuit. You get these for about $1 a piece or less if you buy them in bulk. You can get them to do whatever you want. There's a lot of little neat things you can do with these. But this particular one's programmed to send pulses to whatever you wire it up to, depending on how you do it. Now I already got one on the board here that's been hot glued down with the groove here that indicates there's the pin 1. See the little hole? That's pin 1 right here on the chip. So what we did is I glued it upside down right there with hot glue. And what I also did is I dunked it in flux. This paste stuff here, this helps your solder melt a lot better. So you just kind of dunk the legs in the flux. And that way when you stick solder on it, you have no problem getting wires to connect to it. That's the first thing we're going to do, actually. Is we're going to solder onto the legs here. Alright, my iron's heated up. And what I got is an Ayoyu 968. I love this thing. Look at the tip on that sucker. You see that? It's beautiful. I love it. I'm going to clean it with a little water with my sponge. And we're going to tin the tips of the IC chip. Let's see how I center it for you. I think the only pin you don't use is pin 8. So this would be pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the one on the end here. Probably should have my pump on, but I'm too lazy to turn it on. Gets the smoke out on my face. Alright. There we go. Now we clean your tip off. Every time you use it, clean it off. And what I got is a sponge with some water here. Alright. This is regular rosin core solder. You get it Radio Shack. And I don't know if you can see it, but there you go. They're all got some solder on them. It's not pretty, but we don't care about pretty. We just want it to work. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off the tips that we got to solder. A little pick here, I get a set of these at Kmart for $1. Every time you get something like an electronic from a store, it's going to have a varnish on the board. It's clear so you can't see it. But if you want your solder to stick and get on there properly, especially your wiring, you're going to want to just scrape wherever you're soldering. And I already got a diagram. I pretty much know where I got to scrape. Don't have to be perfect, just scrape it a little bit. Let's see here. Looks like this one down here. I want to say this wire too. There might be some other. There's another one. Okay. I want to say this one. This is a stealth chip, so you don't have to add any buttons. It uses your sync button to turn it on, which is pretty cool. Alright, now I'm going to cut the wire to length, and then we'll wire it up. This is called Kynar wire. You get it with your kit. By the way, you can buy these on eBay. I get it from a guy called the Mook, M-O-O-K. This is a really nice wire. And he sends you the resistors as well. And we got a 330 ohm right here. And then we also got a 1K. Of course, I bought them in bulk. And then these things are called N1s or something. I'm not 100%. These are super cheap. You can make your own kits if you really wanted to and sell them yourself. I mean, all you gotta do is buy a programmer for one of these. You can copy the chip they send you and then just print out as many as you want, because these things only cost you $1. Pack of these are like $2 for 50, and you can actually make some money just selling this stuff if you really wanted to, which I might end up doing in the future. So let me cut my wire and I'll be right back. Alright, first order of business. We gotta solder a little bit onto this tip too. If you guys don't have a helping hands, it makes you work a little harder, but you can just stick your tube there and then kinda, there you go. Of course, not smart soldering over something, over another board, but whatever. So, I made a little hook here. Let's see. I'm gonna solder it to pin. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pin 7. I don't know if these are all universal, but I think they're pretty much the same program no matter who you buy them from. And he says use some wire, and I'm like, why even bother? Solder wire to it, and you just do it like so. Can you even see it? Let's see. There we go. Alright. There we go. So just bent it around. Take some solder. Should probably have added some flux, but I think I'll be good. Let's see. Woo, hot. What do you know? Hot solder. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just, there we go. Boom. Look at that. Let me just clip off the end. What I'm soldering to is the actual trigger itself. And there we go. Oh, Jesus, things were in reverse. See? Cool? Cool. Alright. Next one, what do we got? Next one we got a jumper. We're going to jump the pin 1 to pin 4 with this tiny little piece of wire I got. Yeah. Remember, flux is your friend. Always dip the tips in the flux. Boom. I got my iron set at around 500 degrees if anybody cares. I would say a 30 watt would be fine for this. So yeah, test that crappy soldering job, man. There we go. There we go. That one's done. Clean your tip every time. Alright, now we're going to see what I'm going to do next. Now I don't have a wire stripper per se. Well, no, I do have a wire stripper. But I don't have one that can strip this tiny ass wire. So I use Nature's wire stripper, my teeth. Pulls it out fine. You only want to expose really small pieces of the tip. And again, we dip the tip into Le Flux. Okay? This time we're going to solder pin 8 to the power. I want to say positive. Shouldn't be the ground, but now if you don't get both wires hot enough, the solder will melt, but it won't stick to the wire properly. Kind of got to hold it there just a little bit. Ah! Hey, look at that. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Sure, we got a good joint. Alright. We're on. Use as little waste as possible. And it's supposed to go here, so not too bad. Maybe a little long. Well, that's alright. Just add a little solder to my tip. And there we go. It's 3 down. A few more to go. Clean your tip. Alright, be right back. Stop moving. Alright, now we solder another 300 ohm resistor to the other trigger. It's going to be a little bit trickier. So we want to make sure it doesn't touch any of the metal on the other side here. So we have to have as short as possible leg. And it doesn't really matter which end of the resistor you use because they work both ways. All it's doing is, from what I understand, is stepping down the voltage for you. That way you don't drain your battery in crazy. And make sure I got some flux. I might add some solder to the tip. There we go. Got solder on the tip. All right. All right. I want to make sure it's not on that button. Nowhere near that button. You got a rubber pad that sits here. All right. Cut off the excess. All right, I'm gonna get the wire stripped. All right, got my wire fluxed. Need to add some solder to the tip. Like I said, helping hands does help a lot in these. And they look like little, it's like 2 alligator clips on some arms with a magnifying glass. I got one, but I'm too lazy to use it. There you go. Alright. And this sucker's going to wrap underneath the controller. We're going to go to pin 6. Pin 6 is the winner. Chicken dinner. Pin 6, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a second. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay. Alright. Clean your tip. Alright, I'm going to cut the other wire and get ready for that one. Alright, I went ahead and I scraped this point here with my little scraper I showed y'all. This is going to go to pin 1. I'm assuming this is your ground or your power. I don't even know. I'm pathetic. I'm not an electrician. It's a hobby of mine, okay? Don't diss me. And those of you out there that see my nails, I know they're nasty. I chew my nails, it's a bad habit. Alright, let's get some solder on here. Should have some flux on there actually. That's probably too much, whatever. Booyah! Yeah, wipe away the excess, guys. There we go. I love this iron, man. It works really good. This is going to go to pin 1. So if I remember correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, pin 1. This might be a little long though. Longer than I want. It's okay. I can tuck it somewhere. Make sure the other one didn't come off. Looks good. Alright, down to the final stretch. Alright, now we're doing pin 3. So we got 1, 2, 3. This one's going to go under the board. I'm going to solder it down. Where the hell did the solder go in this sucker? Oops. I'm burning another wire. There we go. Alright. See it's on the side there? Alright, we're going to go underneath. Some soldering job, huh? Came loose. Hey, well, that happens, guys. I'm not an expert, but I pretend to be. There we go. Let's try it again. There we go. Ain't coming off now. Alright, suckers are way long. That's okay. What we're doing is we're soldering to here. All that is the I want to say the positive to the switch for the sync button. Let's strip it again. Okay. I think I've had this thing of solder. Where'd it go? I had it for like 4 years, guys. These things last forever unless you do this every day. Which I do not. See if I can get it in the screen there. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Obviously going to be bad. Too cold. I don't want to get too hot either. Stop moving! Maybe it'll stick. We'll see. Again, helping hands really help. These are probably my best, second best tool was these. Let me see if I can back out. These spring-loaded. Oops, spring-loaded pliers. Needle nose. I love these things. Got them online somewhere. Alright, let's see what's next. Alright, now I'm going to solder my 1K ohm resistor. On a brown one, it looks like this. They can be different colors, the bands that really matter. You can tell which one it is by the bands. It should come with your kit. And you only need them for the old boards though. And this 1N resistor. 1N something. 140, I don't know. Whatever. Need to get some solder on it. Come on. Alright. And this is going to solder to a wire to this light here, the 4-player light, and right in the bottom where the negative side of the light. No, it's not going to reach. Alright, just going to get a small piece of wire ready. Alright, I went ahead and soldered my wire here. See this black tube? It's called heat shrink tubing. I didn't like all the exposed metal here, so I just went and covered it. And I'm going to hit it with a heat gun later and it'll shrink right up. That way I don't get any shorts. You can buy that stuff at the auto parts store if they don't have it at whatchamacallit. Radio Shack. Pretty sure I scraped that end. Maybe I didn't. Let me double make sure I scrape it. Be really careful of these, they can just come right off. Maybe a 30 watt's too hot. Maybe you can get a 15 watt. Because those little lights will float right away. There we go. I think we got it. Okay. I'm gonna go shrink my tubing and I'll be back. Alright, now we're gonna get girly and use our wife's hot glue to tidy up all the wires here. So just kind of put a dab and let it sit. Dries really quick. So you don't want any of your wires being loose when you install these. Okay. Try to keep the wires away from the pads here. For obvious reasons. It's gonna leave a lot of like stringy crap, so when you glue, just kind of go in a circle and then come off, and then it'll leave it a lot cleaner. Okay. Yeah, the underside's a mess. I don't know if I like leaving that wire there. I think there's a controller thing there. I'll have to move it. Shoot. It's gonna get pinched. I don't. There we go. If you don't tidy these wires up, they're going to get in your way when you put the controller back together. Or a screw will go right through when you're starting to screw it back up. You don't want any of that to happen. Then all your hard work, you have to take it all back apart. Big pain in the butt. Yeah. There we go. You might have some slack on your wires. You're going to have to wrap them up a little bit. Cool. Alright. See, I got this wire over the hole. That's a no-no. Make sure it's out of the way. Glue it down. If you want the stuff to dry real fast, you can use the compressed air in the cans and do it upside down and it'll freeze it. That way you don't gotta wait. There we go. Not too shabby. There we go. One modded controller with our little chip. Now all we gotta do is test it and cut a little slit out. Let's try it out. Alright, we're synchronized, and you can see the little light over here is on. It's dim though. Let's see. It works. Cool. Let's go ahead and I'll show you. You change the modes, it flashes. That's 3, then off, and then on. And I'll show you on the screen too. There's our controller. I'm going to push the trigger. So I'm just holding it down so you can tell it's working. Now the other one, it's also on. So in this mode, both triggers auto fire. And there you have it. Put it back together, tidy up this thing. We got us a modded controller. Undetectable on Xbox Live, but people can report you if you use it gratuitously. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Hey, vote positives, and yeah, check out my other videos. I got a lot of other repair videos, so have a good one. Take it easy. Oh, I got another tip for you guys. Let's see. When you put it together, you're going to have to snap off a post because that chip's going to take up some space. Alright, see, this is your controller. This is a modded or whatever. It's custom blue. You can get them anywhere. Chips on this side. See this little post right here? Let's see if we can't. It's that line right there. I'm going to snap it off. As close to the thing as you can. There we go. And now we got a clean thing here. Okay. Maybe you could even shave it off a little more with a razor or something. Alright. Like I said, I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to show you the finished product. Well, here it is, guys. Ooh, pretty. Got clear thumbsticks, blue D-pad, black buttons. Stealth, of course, there's no buttons on here. There we go. Turn it on. Of course, it's not synced, but alright. It works good, too. It's a tight fit, but thanks for watching my video, guys. Hey, vote positives, and yeah, check out my other videos. I got a lot of other repair videos, so have a good one. Take it easy.